The Zephyrian High Command gathered in their crystalline war chamber, their elongated forms casting twisted shadows across the holographic displays. Admiral VexTH raised his four-armed frame, gesturing toward the blue-green planet suspended in the center of the room. This insignificant world, he hissed through his mandibles, pausing as he studied the orbital patterns, has remained uncharted for far too long. Our scouts report abundant resources, water, oxygen, and mineral deposits that could fuel our empire for millennia. Commander Kral-9 leaned forward, her compound eyes gleaming. The preliminary scans show primitive structures scattered across the landmasses, crude settlements. Really, whatever species inhabits this rock appears to be in its infancy, fragmented civilizations, basic technology at best. She gestured dismissively. They won't pose any threat to our invasion fleet. The assembled council murmured their agreement. For 300 cycles, the Zephyrian Empire had conquered 17 star systems without encountering significant resistance. Their plasma cannons and quantum shields had rendered every opposing force obsolete within hours of engagement. Deploy the standard conquest protocol, Admiral VexTH commanded, his voice carrying the weight of countless victories. 500 warships should be more than sufficient to claim this. He paused, consulting his data pad. Earth. 3 solar rotations later, the invasion fleet emerged from hyperspace, their massive vessels blotting out the sun across multiple continents. The humans below stared upward in a mixture of awe and terror as the ships took position in Earth's atmosphere. Inhabitants of the third planet, Admiral VexTH's voice boomed across every communication frequency. You will surrender unconditionally. Resistance is futile. Your world now belongs to the Zephyrian Empire. The response came faster than expected, not through words, but through action. Within minutes, streaks of light erupted from the planet's surface. The Zephyrians initially dismissed them as desperate, primitive rockets, until the first wave struck their shields. The energy signatures were unlike anything in their databases, focused, precise, and devastatingly effective. Impossible! Commander Kral-9 shrieked as her flagship's barriers flickered under the assault. These readings suggest weapons technology centuries beyond our own capabilities. But that was only the beginning. The humans had been preparing for this moment longer than the Zephyrians could have imagined. For decades, they had watched the stars, listening to scattered transmissions from dying civilizations across the galaxy. They had learned about the Zephyrian Empire's expansion patterns, their tactics, their weaknesses. Humanity's greatest strength had always been adaptation under pressure. Fighter craft launched from hidden bases carved deep within mountain ranges, sleek vessels that moved with impossible agility, their pilots pushing G-forces that would have liquefied most alien species. The humans had evolved on a world with crushing gravity, in an environment that demanded constant vigilance against predators, natural disasters, and each other. They were survivors by nature, warriors by necessity. The tide turned when Earth's orbital defense platforms came online. Massive railguns, powered by fusion reactors and guided by quantum computers, began systematically dismantling the Zephyrian fleet. Each shot was calculated with mathematical precision, targeting critical systems with surgical accuracy. Admiral VexTH watched in horror as his supposedly superior forces crumbled. How can they coordinate such complex maneuvers? Their reaction times are impossible. What the Zephyrians didn't understand was that humans had spent millennia refining the art of warfare. They had fought each other across countless battlefields, developing strategies and technologies through endless conflict. Their military doctrine was built on adaptability, innovation, and an unwavering refusal to surrender. As the last Zephyrian vessel limped away from Earth's gravitational well, a human transmission reached their failing communications array. The voice was calm, almost conversational. This is General Martinez of the United Earth Defense Force. Your empire has 48 hours to withdraw all forces from this sector of space. Earth is under our protection now, and we extend that protection to any species you've previously conquered. Admiral VexTH stared at the blue planet that had shattered his fleet, finally understanding the terrible mistake they had made. They hadn't declared war on a primitive world. They had challenged the apex species of the galaxy, a race that had earned its dominance through countless generations of survival, innovation, and unbreakable will. Earth wasn't just another conquest. It was home to humanity, and humanity was ready to fight for their place among the stars.